This is no money, mo money, and after putting an end to a 1,000-year war, he thought to take a little break. But old threats create new problems, and now his path leads to war, through a storm of blood. We're here, a whole new zone to explore, which would generally mean a whole new set of gear to get, but not only do we not have flight unlocked in this area, there is a completely separate method of traversal that we don't have unlocked that starts in this area as well. So we're just gonna put that on hold for the moment. We're gonna go ahead and just play through the storyline of the Ruby Sea, and I will worry about gathering my resources and crafting up some new gear after all of that. Destination unknown, which makes me the Aegean Traveler. Yeah, not wearing that one. Yep, we have to cross the waters, which is not gonna be easy with the Confederacy here. So we're just gonna go ahead and pay the Ruby Tithe. I mean, I could just swim across. Why don't we just jump in and swim for it? Alphino's lucky he isn't here, because that boy can't swim. Good way to loosen up before the next fight. Jeez, please. Wait, Gil says I beat you there. Oh, well then let me swim, game. Thank you for not letting me swim fast enough, and now I'm stuck being the loser. And everyone else just sailed across. Alright, time to speak with the pirates. Big ol' volcano here, too. Pay the Ruby Tide with your gil, perhaps? Foreign currencies are in demand these days. Nice, Sorabun's gonna pay for us. Well, Tataru will be happy about that. Oh, cool, great. So he's just gonna brush aside the tithe by sending us off to be errand boys and fight battles for them. Oh, they're meeting with Red Kojin and Garleans.
Gentlemen, I'm told you are most unreceptive to my associates' requests. I realize you do not look kindly on the Confederacy and her ways, but if you refuse to pay the Ruby Tithe, your safety in these waters cannot be assured.
Spare me your concern, pirate. Your feeble attempts at extortion will not work on us. You remain at large because we allow it. Because you are such insignificant little pests that we see no need to swat you. But if you wish to risk the ire of the Viceroy, by all means, fire upon an Imperial vessel. Give us a reason to bring the full might of the Garlean Empire to bear against your pathetic fleet.
Bastards!
Gentlemen, surely the fact that you have such limitless resources at your disposal gives you all the more reason to spare some few coins for the less fortunate.
All talk, just as I thought. Come, let us away. I have no time for this rubbish.
We're all the same to them, aren't we? Savages to be ruled or slaughtered.
They've always balked at paying the Ruby Tithe, but they were never so eager to pick a fight. The problem, you see, is that many of my comrades in the Confederacy are of Doman descent, and the acting Viceroy, well, she's none too fond of Domans, to say the least. If we take any action to hinder the safe passage of an Imperial vessel, she'll accuse us of attempting to foment rebellion and brand us enemies of the Empire, which we can ill afford to be. Like the man said, we're all talk.
And where did the Kojin stand in all this?
With the winning side, of course. They're mercenaries to a fault, eager to offer their services without coercion.
I don't understand. If the Garleans are causing the Confederacy this much trouble, and if so many of you are Doman to begin with, why aren't you willing to fight back?
Spoken like a true friend of the Doman Liberation Front. If you're planning to rouse us with noble words and grand promises, don't bother. We all know what the Imperial Army can do. Compared to them, we're boys with boats. Besides, what ties a man may once have held to his home are forsaken upon joining the Confederacy. We look out for none but our own. Be that as it may, our livelihood is under threat. And the captain will need to decide soon whether we're to go down in a blaze of glory, or bow and scrape for crumbs from the Emperor's table. All while our friend the Viceroy continues her purge of Doma's radical elements. I believe she's holding court in one of the fishing villages even as we speak.
That she-devil! Her perfidy knows no bounds! She must be stopped! Come, let us find Soroban and put us here at once!
Great, now I have to go track down our Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle so we could go try and fight off the friggin' Viceroy right now, the moment we arrive. And it's not Xenos, but it's still way too dangerous at the moment. Wait a minute, the acting Viceroy is meeting at one of the villages nearby, so maybe we don't sail straight up to the front door. Sayonara, Zoroban. I mean, for now at least.
Even accounting for the rebellion, such indiscriminate shows of force seem pointlessly excessive.
I mean, that's the Imperial way, pointlessly excessive.
If only you knew how commonplace such scenes have become. Are we too late?
Over there, someone's coming.
Filth and squalor everywhere, I think. How very Donna. What I wouldn't do for a drink. Come now! You've no reason to look so afraid. You have lived through a quarter of a century of Garlean rule, remember?
'Tis better to bend with the wind than stand tall and be broken. Therein lies hope. Therein lies freedom. I come before you today seeking affirmation. A heartfelt declaration. You're free to answer me as you see fit, yet even the least among you should know the correct response. Should. A resident of your village, one of your neighbors, mayhap your friend, was detained by the Kojin this morning. They say he was attempting to flee to Kugane, but we both know that simply isn't true, don't we? Have you anything to say? Bit slow, this one. Is there anyone more sensible among you? Have any of you anything to say? To swear?
My lady, I swear to serve the Empire, to do whatever is asked of me, and never disobey.
Well said, that man. Of course, it wouldn't do to simply take you at your word. Kill him. Surely you can do that much. He must be guilty of something or other, or he wouldn't have attempted to flee the Empire.
I have a family. Kami, forgive me. Kami, forgive me.
Very, very good. I've always had a soft spot for men like you. Next, I want you to shoot those two over there. Too old to work, you understand. A burden on the Empire. We can't have that.
But they're my parents. You can't expect me to...
Stop and think for a moment. If you go charging in now, every one of those villagers is as good as dead. We must consider the wider picture. If we act recklessly, we risk alerting the Garleans to our presence here, making it that much harder for us to work with the local rebels.
For the wider
To say
picture,
nothing of the reprisals ordinary civilians would be made
I'm
to
gonna just
suffer.
go in there and kill all of them.
Open your eyes, girl. They are already suffering. Let me go. I am putting an end to this madness. I will approach the village alone and identify myself as a former leader of the rebellion and a known fugitive. They will wish to detain me until they are certain they have learned all I know. Use this time to make your plans.
Not even like going into fight, just like going in to get arrested so he could buy us some time to figure something out.
You saw what those monsters did to the villagers. Who knows what they'll do to you, assuming they don't kill you where you stand.
We live and die at the pleasure of the Kami. My fate is in their hands and no others. If it be of any comfort, I am no stranger to chains.
You can't expect us to stand idly by as a comrade goes marching off to his death. And this is nothing like Kugane.
Nor is it like the Reach, Lise, or the Wall. Let him go. Hold out for as long as you can, but remember, noble sacrifices are to remain an absolute last resort. I wish I could say it won't come to that, but only the gods know how we're going to get you and the others out in one piece. A miracle, perchance.
A great tower stands to the north and east. Look to its occupants for aid and succor. Together, you may yet find your miracle. Now, leave this place. I must go.
Another idiot like all the rest. I'm beginning to think it may be something fundamental. Something intrinsic. Something quintessentially Doman to ignore the simple truth. You can't do a damn thing if you're dead.
Enough, Yotsuyu!
Well now, this is a surprise.
Hear me, Yotsuyu! Cease this farce, here and now, and I shall surrender myself to you. Refuse, and all shall answer to my blade.
Bring him to the tavern.
Yep, time to head over to Heaven on High to get some pirate help. Time to finally go meet their captain. and be able to listen to him tell us he's not going to help us against the Garleans. Huh, nice little Eastern bow there. Probably broken half a dozen rules of Far Eastern etiquette already. Oh, jeez, Lise, come on. I love he's just like, yeah, we don't care about tradition and all that nonsense here, so don't worry about it. Yep. Confederacy is beholden to blah, 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 blah. Yeah, men can talk about throwing their past away and just living their new life all they want. It's usually not that easy. Well, the Garleans are gonna kill you all eventually anyway, so at some point you're gonna have to fight. Worthless, as expected. I guess we're gonna have to probably run around doing a bunch of stupid odd jobs here in order to get them to help us like usual. Most of these crates are empty? Okay, so usually they have a bunch of little ships for just like raiding random people. But they do have a couple of big ships like this one for big ol' engagements, which have basically just been sitting completely unused while they cowered out around the Empire. Yeah, this situation's coming to a head. Like, the Empire's going to fight them soon enough. They're just waiting for the right moment. And every single person in this base definitely knows there's eventually going to be an outbreak of full-on war against the Empire. Like, everyone here can totally feel it's gonna happen eventually. They're just trying to hold out as long as they can. What better way to demonstrate our worth than by seeking out people with mundane problems and offering them our expertise? Yep, go do fetch quests. I like that the game straight up admits it. It's not the first time and it won't be the last, so... And now I can do the Eastern Bow. Not that it's my favorite emote or anything. I don't really care for it that much. So go fetch arrows and butcher a Gyuki carcass. Give this dummy his arrows and the meat. I love that they're forced to hunt things that are kind of disgusting and they wouldn't want to eat normally and reuse arrows because they're just sitting here like cowards waiting until the last second to actually fight the Empire. By which point all of their equipment will be disused. They'll be like dying of starvation. They'll be worthless against the Empire by the time they finally strike. Go find an idiot who was out on patrol and is now missing. Send him back after he's done mourning his friend. And they're also losing soldiers to nonsense like hunting creatures and stuff like that while they should be building their forces up against the Empire. And go find some medicine for a seasick pirate. Give this guy his medicine. No, it turns out their captain was once Doman as well and fled to join the Confederacy when the Imperials took over 25 years ago. Ravenous sharks leaping out of the water. Jeez. Oh, cool. The pirates he sent out here to take care of the sharks got beset by Red Kojin. There we go. I see. The Red Kojins are literally just walking around looking for domans to snatch away for Yosuyu. Hopefully the fact that some of his Confederates are being rounded up by Red Kojin should be enough to convince him to help us.
Our most compassionate acquaintances return. For your deeds we owe you many thanks. But something tells me our thanks are not sufficient. The strange thing is, I was certain you understood our position. And yet here you are with that same look in your eyes, and those same words upon your lips, I'll wager.
But we have a different reason this time.
I speak only the truth. The Confederacy will not be spared Yotsuyu's wrath. You have always known this, that one day you would have no choice but to stand up to the Empire. I say to you that day is today, and come once more to ask that you join us in the fight.
How convenient that recent events should lend such credence to your claims. Tell me, do death and destruction always follow in your wake?
Yes, pretty much.
They had no part in it, Tansui. You know this. We all know this. They came and took our Doman brothers. They will torture them for her sport. Murder them for her satisfaction.
Yes, they will.
So we attack and get butchered for our trouble, or do naught. and let them have their pound of flesh. If this be our choice, I say we suffer the ignominy. We endure. We survive. There is no better path.
Except that you won't. You're already, like, your weapons are rusting, your ships are rotting, your food stores are basically out, and you're forced to hunt for survival at this point. Like, you're not surviving.
Until the day our enemy is grown weaker and we stronger.
And they'll never
there
grow
can be no
weaker if
retribution.
you don't resist them.
We will wait for a sign. Such
You're
is
not
the
going to make
judgment of
the
Confederacy.
Empire weaker by doing nothing. They will only grow stronger.
So that's it then. You're just going to abandon them to her. They'd die for you, you know, for the Confederacy. They would die for you, but you wouldn't even think to risk your lives for theirs.
I have one last idea, if you will allow. I'm afraid it's not very good as ideas go. It's exceedingly reckless, in fact, and you may well come to despise me for ever having suggested
Well, don't say it to me. Just do
Assuming
it.
we survive, that is.
Just do it. I'm always on board with the reckless, crazy idea.
We can't stand by and let innocent people suffer, here or anywhere else. I'll do whatever it takes.
Then let us roll the dice. If it's a sign you want, we shall give you one. One rousing enough to make you drive every Garlean out of Isari without a second thought. You are wary of invoking the ire of the Imperial forces stationed in Doma, correct? Know then that once we have rescued our comrade and freed Isari, we mean to liberate the nation as a whole.
Aha, you didn't know that was coming, did you?
You will doubtless require assurances that we are capable of achieving this, and that is only fair. Accordingly, we shall demonstrate our seriousness by depriving the Garleans of a key ally, the Kojin.
Cool. Time to mess around with the Kojin.
What, the three of you, just like that?
Yeah. Honestly, the one of me could do it. I usually do.
Actually, my esteemed colleague here will attend to it on his own. But the how of it is not your concern, only the outcome.
You just wipe out the red Kojin, but that's not quite how I'm gonna go about it.
If we succeed, you help us liberate Isari. If we fail, you lose nothing. A simple enough wager, if you have the stones for it.
The little miss does make it hard to refuse, does she not?
Words are air. We will weigh you by your deeds.
Time to start messing with the Kojin. Alright, time to head to Tamamizu.
We appear to be standing inside a giant bubble.
Yes,
By
we
the
do.
12. I think we're on the seabed.
Well, well, I thought I heard familiar voices.
Hi, Soraban. The land of many Teenage
you
Mutant
doing
Ninja
here?
Turtles.
What a curious question. I live here.
Then this is the home of the Blue Kojin.
Just so. I bid you welcome to Tamamizu.
Oh, so good, man. For those who don't know, I really dig the, like, underwater aesthetic. So Tamamizu is possibly my favorite town in the entire game. Alright, Soraban, take me to Master Splinter. They really missed an opportunity to make the leader of the Kojin just be a giant rat.
Welcome, guests. Gratitude to you for aiding Soroban in his negotiations.
We thank you for your hospitality, honored elder. Pray forgive me my brevity, but I wish to discuss an urgent matter.
So, you seek to compel our Red Brothers to forego hostilities for a time. From far above, you have journeyed here in search of our wisdom. You shall have it. All creation is a tapestry, through which the divine is interwoven. Kami are legion, and they can be found in the great and the small. Though they come and go as they please, they favor certain vessels. The ancient, the precious, the exquisite.
Yeah. They believe that they're like gods in all like old reliquaries and objects and things like that.
We Kojin covet these vessels, these treasures. We go forth and bring them home to keep them safe and bask in their divinity. They bring prosperity and joy to us and our children. Yet, how are we to seek these treasures above if we made enemies of the Garlean Empire, powerful and far-reaching as they are? Wiser to join with them. So resolved the Red Kojin.
The Red masquerade as mercenaries who seek money and power and never speak of their faith in the presence of their masters. To honor the divine, they deny it. A twisted and misguided path.
While our Red Brothers live by the sword, we Blue Kojin uphold the old ways, engaging in trade and valuing peace. Alas, men distinguish not between our clans, and judgment for the doings of the Red falls unjustly upon the Blue. There is a way that the Red may be driven to retreat into their shells. But to share with you this knowledge is to reveal secrets of the divine. Assurances must first be had, trust forged, a bargain struck.
Random side errands run. Sakane no Magatama was in the possession of Hingashi, and then they presented it to the Garleans in a gesture of conciliation. Okay, so the Red weren't willing to accept that, so they attacked the ship to try and steal it back, but ended up sinking it instead. Unfortunately, we don't know how to search the ocean floor. We don't quite have that traversal method.
The ritual can begin at last. Come and stand before me, my friends. Yes, yes. Listen to my words, and let all else wash away. Listen to my words, and feel them flow into your heart. At first a trickle, then a flood. O Kami of the fathomless waters of the fallen, the ascended, the flowing, and the becalmed, caretakers of the shallows and of the depths, receive of us our meager offerings. Cleanse these ones of earth and stone, and grant them your blessing, that they might drink deep of the divine.
Waterbreathing!
The ritual is complete, my friends. You may now breathe in the depths as you would upon land.
I don't feel any different. Are you sure it worked?
Reasonably. The blessing does have its limits, of course. While it will allow you to dwell in the depths, it will not help you traverse them.
You sure it worked? Reasonably. Only one way to find out, Alice. Let's go drown.
I can swim well enough. How about you, Alize?
Oh, like a fish, in contrast to my doggy-paddling brother.
Yup, Alphido.
Somehow, the boy just isn't very buoyant.
Time to go.
Incredible. I could swear I was breathing air.
I mean, you basically are. That's the magic.
Now I shall summon for you noble steeds of great strength.
Noble steeds of great strength. Goofy little mantas.
We'll find that treasure in no time. Come on!
Diving unlocked. We can now breathe underwater for the rest of the game. And you could just swim around freely. And that's our third traversal method. Land, air, and now water.